Thursday, June 12th, 2025. Yep, back at the dacha. It's a Thursday. What does that mean? Well, today is a holiday. Today is Russia Day. So it's a national holiday, and we took advantage of it. And we came out to the dacha. So Vika is already out there. She is planting some flowers, and Babushka Natalia, our QC, is walking around checking things out. And I'm going to be here working on the drainage today. So that's that. And before we get started, what I usually leave to the very end, I want to say it in the beginning. If you like this video and you're watching and you're like, hey, this is pretty cool, smash the like button, leave a comment. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is free. Doesn't cost anything. So help grow my channel. And that way more people will see what life is like through the Canadian perspective here in the Russian Far East in Khabarovsk. All right. What's the temperature like? Let's go take a look. Plus 22.5 degrees Celsius. So there you go, plus 22.5 degrees Celsius right now, and the time is around lunchtime. The weather forecast does say that we're supposed to hit a high of 28. I don't know. Maybe it'll get hotter, maybe it won't, but we'll just have to wait and see. So, like I said, what do I got planned for today? I got to work on this drainage. It's hot. It's actually getting humid right now. So I'm only been out here for about 10 minutes, and I can just feel the humidity. So it's going to be kind of a slow go. Got to stay hydrated. Got to drink a lot of water. And just keep moving. Just keep moving forward. And by the end of the day, your guess is as good as mine how much will actually be completed. All right. Well, let's go to work. So, Babushka, tell us, what is Russia Day? What does that mean?
Russia Day, yeah. Russia Independence Day. Independent of whom? This was the question that we asked ourselves. But still, there were 15 republics in the Soviet Union, you know, right? With a population of 260 million. But we wanted our own sovereignty, as people said at that time. Maybe it was wrong, maybe it was right, nobody knows. But
we're talking about 1991.
Yeah, we're talking about 1991. Of course, the history of Russia is more than 1,000, you know.
1,000 years,
but
right?
Still, yes, Russia is also a federation, you know, federation of more than 100, I think, native groups. Ethnicities are different. So here, for example, in the Russian Far East, we have more than 50 smaller nationalities than Russians.
Okay.
Russians make up about 80% of the population, but the rest are Tatars and Bashkirs and Ukrainians and Belarusians and, of course, natives, the Nanai people, Orachi people. So I would say this is the day of our awareness that we are this one people. Russians are Tatar Russians, you know, Ukrainian Russians, yeah, and many more. So this is unity. I think the idea of unity is the most important idea.
So what's a popular thing for people to do on this day?
Oh, just get together.
Get together,
have a meal together, go to their dachas, go out of town, relax, enjoy. Remember their traditions,
right?
Traditional costumes, traditional songs, dances. I hope that there will be many cultural activities on the embankment of the Amur River now in the center of Khabarovsk. Right. People will enjoy the time.
All right. Well, thank you for the great explanation. I'll let you get back to work, and I'm sure you're walking around here looking at the work that has to be done, and you'll let us know what we have to do and maybe give us a hand with what we're doing.
Yeah,
all right.
Sure.
So, Vika, can you tell us, what are you doing right now?
I'm putting supports for the peonies. See, the peonies are our peonies. By the way,
yeah,
in the city, they have already finished blooming, but we have, I don't know, because they're sitting in the shade, maybe they're later. So when they have their flowers, they're gonna be too heavy.
Okay.
I had some sort of like sticks with a rope,
Yeah.
but I bought supports for peonies, so I'm hooking it.
Well, it's gonna look pretty cool.
See, yeah, they're gonna be leaning forward.
And what color do the peonies?
These are all white. And
Yeah.
there's one dark red.
Which one? This one right here?
The last one.
Or the last one's over there? Okay. And when do they start to bloom normally? Like in June, July?
Beginning of June.
And how long do they bloom?
You wait for them a whole year, and then you just 1 week and they're done. Yeah.
No, what?
Yeah, but they're really pretty.
Okay, well, I'll let you get back to your constructing here of your little supports.
Yeah.
And I got to start working on my drainage.
Okay.
Okay. So there it is. Babushka Natalia gave us a really good explanation about the meaning of Russia Day and a little bit of historical background. Vika is starting off with doing the little borders around her flowers. And I gotta go to work. I gotta take a shovel and I gotta start digging the trench. So before I can lay down the fabric, so if you watched the last video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The ditch was already dug actually 2 years ago. Just never got around to actually getting it done. There were other things to do. So now I am re-digging it, making sure there's no grass in the ditch. Then I gotta lay down the fabric. Then, or no, I have to cut the fabric because it's too wide, so I cut it in half. Then I lay it down, and then there's those rocks right over there. They're called chebin. Load them up on the tachka and the wheelbarrow, haul it over into the ditch, that the section that I have redug. Lay it down, fold it up, sort of like a panini, and then cover it up with dirt, and then just keep moving down. So it's a no-brainer. It's very easy to do. The only thing is that it's very time-consuming, and especially when the temperature starts warming up and the humidity starts to go up, you're like, oh my God, you know, you're kind of hydrating more and taking more breaks, but we are moving forward. That's it. All right, let's go to work. Okay, so this section right here is all dug out, and I brought some bricks over, and now I gotta start laying my plastic. So I'm gonna do this section here and work my way down to the corner over there. All right, let's start. As I start laying the fabric here, so I put it underneath so that it can just meld in with that section. And then I use the bricks here to hold it down, so I don't have Andy helping me today. And I'm gonna go over there, get some of that drainage rock, the chebin, bring it over and start laying it down here. All right, let's go get some rocks. All right, we got about half a wheelbarrow load of the drainage rock, the chebin, and let's take it over and start dumping it into the ditch. So this is what you get for half a wheelbarrow load of the drain rock. So right up to that half brick right there. So I started, and the overlap was made, and I dumped it off over here. Now we just have to make sure everything is all level. Probably push some back this way, cover it up like my panini, and go get another load of chebin and just start working my way down. All right, let's get at her. There it is. There's all the chebin, the drain rock, right up to the edge here. That's it. So now what I got to do is cover everything up like that, fold it over, and then go with my wheelbarrow. And there was an area over there by the new shed where I'll be getting the soil, and I'll start putting the soil over top and just working my way down. And that's it. But before I do that, I got to take a break. It's starting to get really humid. I mean, check this out. I mean, I'm just soaking wet right now. Temperature's starting to warm up, and it's getting humid. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break, hydrate, and I'll be back to start with the wheelbarrow here. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. All right, break time. This is the area where I'm getting my dirt from. I call it the Genghis Khan grave. It's a raised bed. It's a gratka here. So you can see this right here, but it just looks like an old gravesite because it has got the mound. Anyways, I can level this off and make this into part of the lawn. And basically killing two birds with one stone. Level this off and take the dirt and use it to fill in the drainage ditch. All right, let's go to work. I removed some of the grass here that was sitting on top of this raised bed, or my Genghis Khan tomb. And now, instead of hauling more grass over to cover up the drainage, I'll be getting most of the dirt. Plus, at some point in time, I'm gonna have to actually dig this out over here and connect it to the neighbor's drainage system that he's been slowly working on. But I think he's stopped. He's gonna probably keep it as is. Whereas mine, I'm gonna keep working on mine. So yeah, we got all this dirt right here. There's a couple wheelbarrow loads and everything will be leveled off. And then eventually, yeah, I will get some time and I will dig a bit of a trench so that the water can flow much easier. All right, let's haul this away and then come back and start loading up the dirt. There it is, about 3/4 of a wheelbarrow load of dirt taken from here. So based on how much I took, there's got to be probably another 5, maybe 6 wheelbarrow loads that can be taken out of here, including if I take out of the trench that I make, maybe another wheelbarrow load. So yeah, good soil. Take it away, put it over top of the drainage, and then the grass can start growing. All right, let's go haul it. I'm leaving the end here open, so it's much easier than to do the overlap, and as I will continue to work that way. In the meantime, this is all folded over, and I got the bricks here to hold everything down. And now I can start dumping the dirt in between the bricks to kind of put the weight down, and then I'll lift the bricks and add more dirt and take a rake and level everything off. That's the plan. All right, let's keep going. Hey Vika, what are you doing here? What's going on?
I'm installing the arbor. I bought it on Ozone.
Well, this is not one of my arbors.
No, it's just to see what it would look like.
Where'd you get it again?
On Ozone.
Ah, like Russia's equivalent of Amazon. Okay. And it was pretty easy to install. I didn't even see you doing it.
Yeah, it's pretty thin, but I did strengthen it. I dug it in.
Oh, you put the rebar reinforcement.
First I put the rebar into there, and I put it on top of it, and I dug it. It's actually deeper there.
Yeah.
It's a long one. And I attached this one.
Well, you could see here. So there it is, probably about 40 centimeters.
Well, there's another one underneath here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's hopefully it will stand the winds and stuff.
Okay. Wow, it looks pretty good.
I have the crawlers already. I have to put them somewhere. So there you go.
Ah, there's going to be creepy crawlers going up and over.
Yeah.
Well, looks good. All right. What a little surprise.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I better go back to work. All right. This section is done. And like I said earlier, I'm leaving this open because I need the overlap to go that way. And over here, I'm going to start laying that paper and taking it right down here. So first things first, I got Babushka Natalia here to help me. We got to open this up. We got to spread it out, fold it in half, and then run the knife right down the center so we can make 2 pieces. And Babushka's great eye is going to keep me straight in line. All right, let's go at it. So we got the tarp here laid out and we folded it in half. And now what I got to do is I got to take a knife and cut that edge right there. And we'll get 2 pieces. And then I'll be able to use it into my drainage dish. And what kind of a knife are we using? Or is it scissors? It's just a regular X-Acto knife here. Box cutters. Here they are. So we'll just take the cut. It'll probably take less than a minute. So I stopped here for a minute just to show how it's being cut. So I just take, I don't know, 30, 40 centimeters at a time, and then I just move over and I just keep cutting it. And that's it. Very easy. Now I'm starting to lay the drainage fabric onto this ditch over here. And I just rolled it out a little ways. I got the 3/4 of a wheelbarrow load of shebin, the drain rock, and I'll start filling it in here. I'm not putting any bricks on that side because I figured out from this one I was doing, that if you only lay the bricks on one side and give it slack on that side, as I'm pouring the chebin in, it'll perfectly settle into the bottom and it's not going to stretch it out. So there it is. All right, let's start pouring our chebin. So now I use the bricks to cover everything up. So I have everything folded over and I got it running the line all the way to the end. Now I'm going to bring in the dirt and I'm going to just start dumping right in between the bricks here, like that. And then I can pull out the bricks and it's not going to unfold, and then I can haul in more and start leveling everything off and make it look like this. All right, let's get back to work. And just like that, there is 5 wheelbarrow loads of chebin, the drain rock. So now that it's laid, I gotta fold everything over and use the bricks to hold it down, and then I can start laying the soil onto this section. All right, there it is. There it is, all cleaned up. Last load. And what I used to call Genghis Khan's grave, well, no, we didn't find anything in here. Anyways, it was actually just a raised bed that looked like a grave. Anyways, it was really good dirt. So I lost count how many loads, and this is the last of it. And now part of my lawn over here by the workshop will be extended nice and flat. Of course, I gotta move the stump. I'll get around to that whenever. And of course, sometime in the future, I'm gonna have to dig this out and kind of run it along the perimeter way up that way, so that we can have drainage coming this way. All right, let's go move this load. So this is pretty much finished now. This is the last wheelbarrow load. I just got to take it only up to this brick right here. I think even if I have some extra, I'll end up just putting somewhere along the side here. And if I get time, now that the sun is gone behind the trees and it's a little bit cooler, I'm going to start digging this trench. So I still got to dig this out right here and right up to that little bridge. I got to dig that out and right over there. So maybe I can get that done today, so that when I come here next time, possibly tomorrow, I can finish off all these short sections. Everything will be done, and then I can proceed down that way. So I moved the radio outside of the shop so I can listen to some music while I'm working here, and it was crystal clear. But as soon as I walked up to record what the weather's going to be like for tomorrow, the static came in. So in case you didn't hear, the weather forecast for tomorrow is going to be a little bit cooler than today, and up to a high of 20. That's what they're saying, and with a little bit of rain. And I'm actually pretty happy with that, because I am finished this spot here, this one right here, and of course that one earlier, and it will pack it down. That's really good. I did pack it, and then I just leveled it off a little bit, but tomorrow, if it rains, all the little dips will be exposed, and then I can go back and just fill in the little dips and then seed it. So I am done right over here. There it is. Let's move out a little bit more. Actually, let's turn the camera around. Let's get a better view. There, this is a much better angle. So here it is. It's slowly progressing, and it is done, and I still have some time. So I'm gonna take a little break right now, and then after my break, I want to start digging that right there and push it all the way down here. And if I have enough energy, that takes a lot to do. A lot of wheelbarrow loads of all this weeds and stuff is gonna have to go to that berm pile over there, because I got to raise the berm so that when the creek rises in the springtime, just so that it won't threaten to flood into our territory. All right. And of course, if I have enough energy, I am going to get this done so that for tomorrow, if it's not raining, I'm going to push through this and get this whole section done. All right, break time. Okay, I really pushed it and got her done. Everything's done. What I planned on doing today. And man, is it humid or not? Check this out. I am just soaking wet. Let's turn the camera around. I'll show you what I did. Here it is. It's all ready now. So I dug everything out, hauled away all the dirt and the weeds, and got that section done. This over here, I did not take the bridge out because when I'm going to be bringing the shebbel that's over there, the drain rock, I need to come through here, and then I need to go this way so I can start filling that in. So there it is, all done. Now I can start cleaning up. Actually, there's not much cleanup to do. Just put the wheelbarrow away and the shovel, and we're out of here. Okay, all done now. Everything is put away, and I accomplished. In the humidity and the heat, it got up to probably around 26. I did check when it was at 25, so maybe it got a little bit warmer. I don't know. Anyways, I got the 2 drainage lines done, dug out the 3rd line where I was getting my soil from over there, made space for more lawn. That was cool. Vika was also very productive. She put that the skirting around the flowers there, and she set up an arbor, which she ordered. I didn't even know. So she ordered it, and it came in, and that was cool. So that's that. Anyways, I'm still sweating. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Definitely got to go home, take a shower, and just relax and sip on a cold bevy or something. Yeah, it's a holiday, so I think I deserve it. All right. If you like this video, I know I said it in the beginning of the video, and I'm going to say it again. If you like this video, smash the like button, leave a comment. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to my channel. It's free, doesn't cost anything. Also, don't forget to ring that or hit that little bell, so when I upload, usually do it 2-3 times a week, 2-3 new videos, and you'll be notified every time I upload. It'll be like ding 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 ding. Hey, check it out, Canadian living in Russia. Let's see what Phil is doing with the fam jam out here in the far east in Khabarovsk. And now that I'm on summer vacation, so yesterday was my last day, gave my last exams, and I am good to go right through to September. So guess where I'm going to be coming all my times? Right here to the dacha. Definitely going to finish that drainage, but it sucks a lot of energy out of me, especially when the weather is warming up, and it's just going to get warmer, and it's going to get more humid. But it's got to get done. You know, that's the thing. I just motivate myself that I keep saying, you know what? Extra 10 minutes, then I'll take a break. And I'm drinking my water, so what I do is I freeze these bottles of water so they're frozen, and so they slowly thaw during the day, so I got my ice cold water. Anyways, I gotta go. See you again. Take care, and like I always say, paka paka.